newest updated Master Rules used its newest selection pack, Ruler's Providence. With it comes some new and exciting cards to my favorite alt format, NR. Today, I'll showcase all the new NR format cards, their possible uses, and my genuine first reaction to them. My name is Doc Conrad Yugioh, and if you like this kind of content, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and do all of that. And yeah, let's go and get things started. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else watching, perhaps my video will swap over from my previous stream. There we go. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Sorry about that little joke in there. NR format, of course, is a great alternative format, but I've been having so much fun with Genesis. To call it my favorite is a little bit of a misnomer at this point. I've been playing a lot of testing and theory crafting and deck building with Genesis format, as you may be aware, and I'm going to be trying to making more videos about it. If I wasn't so busy with both work, school, and finding a full-time deployment, all of that, and working on, you know, multiple things, supporting my local OTS, and being the representative for my team. Shout out House of Cards in NC. But with all that being said, it is another beautiful day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to talk quickly about the YCS that just happened. Damn, wasn't that crazy? that YCS really did showcase why I've been a big fan of alternative forms to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time, such as formats like NR format. I want to play Domain format, and Genesis format as well. I'm in fact about like I'm about like 4 hours away. We're about 4 hours away from me going to my Genesis format locals. And I'm having a blast as I've been, you know, theorizing, playing, testing, all those kinds of things. So I'm enjoying it very much so. But with all that being said, today we're here to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and it's been in a state. I'll give it that. And our format has been, it's been on the decline overall from what I've heard from the general community. But I think that it's going to be doing a little bit better. Let's hope that this is going to be a big fix to it, and a big fix to the format overall. Mouse has been hit. I don't think it's going to be going anyway anytime soon, but now, Yu-Gi-Oh! X eFootball collab. I got an icon of eFootball tokens and an eFootball collab ticket, but this is gaudy. Oh my god. This is, oh, okay. So we have to log in 10 times to play this damn game once again. And as you can see, I haven't even completed this this thing of the 90 million campaign rewards, so I just got my last day of that. I've been sparingly going in on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel as of late. Not been doing my dailies, and you could tell by all of these updates. The Forbidden Limitless has come out, the new selection pack is announced. The accessory bundle, a new selection pack regarding some of the highest cards in the format overall. The collab, a new dual trial came, and then I guess went, or maybe it's still here, I don't know. Secret packs updated, new accessories, new secret packs, and the new selection packs was a featured item, and notice of version updates. Okay, alright, so updated to the newest version of it. Collector's File is here. The Collector's File is an item in which you collect cards of specific archetypes to form complete sets. The file will be upgraded to extra special design. This exclusive design is only available to those complete set cards, and will be included with a file. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so they've got a new reason to go ahead and keep all of your stuff and get new things downloaded in. Very interesting stuff there. We have a lot. So as we can see, the other support that came in from Alliance Insight and some of the other stuff from the decks that were in, oh, what was it? The Dragon Ruler support came in. That was also from, I believe, Alliance Insight. And with Orchist, it is one of the last few cards, archetypes that were in the format for, I believe it was Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem. Football Stadium bundle of 1,300. We've got a new dual pass as well. That one's relatively old news at this point. Birth of a Challenger is a selection pack that you have access to, which is all of the best cards in the format overall. Just generically good cards in both NR. What the fuck are you doing here? There's a lot of good overall, like, great utility cards for people trying to get back into the game. New cards as well. Perulia and Fuelos in here. Where's Meows? Interesting. Even they recognize that. There is a number of things for the football stadium bundle where you get the whole eFootball thing, and you get some more of those packs if you want to play that. We have the Orchest bundle, which celebrates with 2,400. Oh wow, 2,400 packs of the. I believe it is the Ding Girsu. Ooh, that is cool. Holy, that is sick. This interesting like new dealio. A new Orchest coin, a background, a case, icon, deluxe things. Interesting, another icon. And 10 packs of Ruler's Providence, the newest selection pack. So for an extra bit of stuff, 1,400 more gems, you can get 10 packs of this plus some other stuff. Dragons of Origin Calamity is some of the new D-Ruler stuff that just came out, but they're in the new pack, so I'll have to go and take a look there. And finally, Ruler's Providence. I believe that's everything. Oh, we also have the little... Oh, we got a Spore! And I could have picked a monster that resembles a Spore! It flies to the Sacred Forest so that all may be revealed. And Murakumo as a icon. We're not getting any ritual support. We're not getting anything. We're not getting anything from Mitsurugi. So, what can we theorize? Well, with Orchest, Dragon Rulers, and I believe this is the archetype for Gold Sark. There might be some other things. We're gonna get the Ancient Fairy Life stuff. I think we're gonna get the Ancient Fairy stuff. That is like hard shot, Called in the Dark, right there. We're getting some of the Ancient Fairy stuff. I don't know what we're gonna get, but we're gonna get some of that. So, with all that being said, let's take a look at what we have. Also, for the, you know, it's DM, I have to go ahead and show her. Get the animation out. So cute. Alright. If you don't know how we do things around here, it's quite simple. I like to go ahead and take a look at a new card here. I like to say implemented at, and then the date. I know I can N, I know I can hit R right here, I know I can hit newly added cards, but what I prefer is to go ahead and slowly react to all of the new cards that are down here. You can tell it's implemented at, and then the date right there. If you want to go ahead and just see my full reaction, feel free to go ahead and skip ahead to hear me talk more about this, but if you want my live, raw, uncut reaction, here we go. Orchest Crescendo, Argo Stars, Eternal Sunshine, Orchestrion, classic. Haggard Lizardos as well. Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation, Rebellion, Manju. We're already not off to a great start, folks. Already not off to a great start. Kusanagi. This makes a whole lot of sense. This is one of the weaker monsters involved with the whole reptile archetype. If this card's normal special summon, or if it's tribute, you can target a Mitsurugi card in your graveyard or banishment except itself, add it to your hand, and if another monster, reptile monster, would destroy by battle card effect, you can tribute this card instead. With Prayers as an ultra rare, this of course is not going to be happening, and we can already see Saji is right there, so... And I believe we have, yep, there's Aramasa right there, so... With this being the only one, we will also have a kaiju for reptile locks, because I'm pretty sure I didn't see Wosu. This is my deck, by the way, overall. Oh! New Ninja just dropped, folks. New Ninja. Bat the Forest Ninja. If a card is face up in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summoned and Fairy Tale Prologue Journey's Dawn, which is an SR, is in there, you can add Light Beast to your deck to your hand. This is just a free special summon if a monster is in the field zone. A free 3. In that case, Ninja, as an archetype overall, has had not much success overall. There has been very few things that aren't excluded to the higher tiers, SR and UR wise. You could play a sort of like Geo control deal, and having another Ninja is fine, but not exactly needed and worth it. And I don't know what the price on some of the traps are, but... That being said, I think Bat is a fine level 3 extender for field spell decks. Crimson Firewing Pegasus. Okay. This card's good. If your opponent controls one monster you do, especially this from your hand, if you do, attack directly this turn. When it activates a monster effect on the field, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to Chain Link times 300, and it can be destroyed by card effects after this, before this one in its chain. So essentially, you can trigger this to any form of destruction and have it be protected afterwards. That one's good. It is a free special, inherent as a 6, going second. So, that being said, this is great in sealed. I don't know how well this is going to be used in NR format. It is a... We have some good 6s overall, so a free special on that's not bad, but we have more access to things with 7s if we wanted to do some things like rank 7-wise. So Crimson Firewing Pegasus is fine, but I don't think it's going to see much play. This is a good card. If you recalled earlier, I mentioned that we're probably going to get some of the AFD stuff. And this is a second wave support for it that could also be used for any sort of light, beast, plant, or fairy, especially from the hand. And if synchroed, gains these effects to being able to be untargetable while in defense position, and it can go into nearly any 7s. 7s, I might add, are very good in the format. 7 synchro plays are very, very strong. A majority of the cards in N and R that are powerful are level 7s. So a lot of strategies that can utilize those can have a great amount of boon, especially if they happen to have a light beast or beast plant or fairies. We'll see what we have as a level 4 to go through that. Viper's Rebirth, Dragon Roar, Babble, Return. Here there be dragons! Uh-oh. Chad, I think we have a problem. Just double checking, making sure. Oh, spoil. Well, I know that's available now. During your main phase, you can banish the card from graveyard, turn any number of banished dragon or monster different attributes, return to the graveyard. Okay, we can't do any of this in our format, but I think it's neat that it is a rare as the only dragon ruler card at rare, so that's fun. Magatama. Okay, so this is able to be a tribute a reptile, then pop any face-up card during the main phase. Will this see play? Hear me out. No. Well, no, that's not true. Okay, so we have to think about overall what reptiles actually do in the format overall. And what they do right now is they have some form of Ogdoadic-like cycle stuff. Some Ogdo stuff is available in NNR, especially 8s that want to be in the graveyard. So this being able to get rid of any reptile and then trigger it is decent. But there's really no way to get those out. That is the problem that I see here. So, Magatama won't see much of a play. Mitsurugi Sacred Boundary. We have no Mitsurugi Rituals, so we cannot exactly use that. But we can target 4 on the grave, shuffle in the deck, then if your opponent controls a monster, make them tribute 1. So being able to have it in a mill strat could be fine. To shuffle back Mitsurugi cards and then, trigger their effects, whatnot. Viper's Grudge, Cataclysm, Eto, and here we go. Down to the N rarities. Vanguard of the Dragon, Boss Brambard, or Symbol Skeleton, Vanguard, Armored Lizard, Spore! Here we go. So, like I said, one of the AFD stuff we're going to have access to. If you control an AFD or a light monster, and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, and you're locked in the extra deck except for synchros. And if special summon, you can count the number of monsters you control and have this card gain up to that many levels, meaning that you can do anything up to or lower than that amount. This card is so fucking cute. He hit in the colon 3. We love that. We love that for him. This guy, very good overall for the AFD strategy, of course, and having there be another light monster that is of the different types that are available, pretty good. This can be a synchro extender, of course, to special summon itself and then make it equal to whatever level that you so need, depending on the amount. More than likely, it's going to include, if there's 2 monsters, it become level 3. If there's 3 monsters, it can become level 4. And if there's 4 monsters, it can become level 5. So, it can include itself in that as well. So, if at the end it is the last thing that summons, it could be a level 6 if you so desire. So, I think this card's good. This card is very strong for a lower powered format, and there's going to be some level of manipulation you can do in synchro strategies with these types specifically, but we'll have to see what is available. As well as Currybomb, the Fairy Spirit. And having any of those monsters, you can put someone from your hand, and it is treated as a tuner. And if another card you control is Ancient Fairy Dragon or Monster Dimension that will be short of a card effect, you could turn this card you control to the hand instead. This protects Spore only. Hard to find anything else that has Ancient Fairy Dragon in its text but it is another card. Unfortunately, the Eternal Sunshine Trap card is not available as well. It is an SR, as you can see up there, so it's going to be hard to find that. Wicked Serpent Night Dragon. You can tribute a dark monster from your hand or field, special summon this card from your hand. And while this card is destroyed by battle, you can target one monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard, then special summon this card. So that effect is not once per turn. This is a 7 that lets you tribute any dark to bring it from hand, and if destroyed by battle, it can tribute something else and send it to the graveyard, then bring itself back. So it requires a reaction immediately. So with any sort of dark deck that wants to utilize either being tributed, Mitsurugi, of course, is an option, this could see some form of play. I think that that is neat, being able to bring itself out from the hand, and being able to have a sort of recursive nature overall. Seems neat. As a 7 as well, it gives you a little bit more power. I think that this card will see some form of experimentation. However, it being destroyed only by battle could cause... There's some warning for... one case for caution because of that. Wosu, my boy. This card is very good. Do not underestimate it. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing one other reptile from your hand and one monster your opponent controls, but can't special summon for the rest of the turn except for reptiles. And if tributed, you can discard a card and add it to your hand. So, reptile locking and tributing over your opponent's monster, but keeping the body, very underrated. Oh my god. This is like what you would play in Ogdo Attic for. Like any form of deck that wants to play it and set up a low to the ground strategy and then go, cool, Wosu tribute my guy, Wosu tribute my big Ogdo, bring itself out, and then that Ogdo, tribute over Wosu, bring itself out, Wosu effect, trigger, bring itself back out, discarding a card. And discarding maybe an Ogdo that wants to be in the graveyard. So there's some stuff that we can be definitely done here with Wosu. And if it's at all tributed, you could bring itself back to hand to do this effect over and over again. You are going to have to, you might run out of resources eventually, unfortunately, inside of the hand when doing these effects. However, I think this is a strong enough card that it will see some form of play and experimentation with Ogdo Attic specifically. It's just that powerful to be able to go over your opponent's monster, tribute over anything would be unaffected, that is a Towers monster, that really sets up a board that's very oppressive. You could just Wosu tribute over it, and your opponent cannot respond to anything unless they have something prepared beforehand that prevents tributing overall. Then the Wosu will see some form of experimentation and play. Attack Pheromones, Ritual Cage, Einstats, Execution, Origin, Mirror. This card is useless. Snake Whistle, damage equals Reptile, Dragon's Rebirth, Drago Carnation, Hollow, Swift Capone, and Great Purification. Tributing a level 5 or higher Reptile and negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay. This works not only with Wosu, this works with your other Ogdo Attics, and you could tribute and target any other reptile in your graveyard and special summon it, and tribute one of the monsters you control. Bringing back anything that you would like, and then any other reptile you would like also adds to this strategy whatsoever. Great Purification. I think we'll see a good amount of play in a sort of Ogdo Attic strategy because of this card. Great Purification, Wosu, and Magatama. Perhaps if you want, you can also include this guy right here. You could see faintly in the background. Could see some play. In Tempest, you do not have the ritual spell, and you do not have access to these monsters. This card is useless. So overall, what do I have to think about this strategy? I see hope. I see hope at the end of the tunnel for a specific strategy, and cope for another strategy, and the rest is useless. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what it is that we can pull real quick, because I've saved up my gems for this baby, and I think I'm about to go ahead and get me some. All right, baby, 10 packs. 10 packs, baby. Let's go ahead and see what we get. We got ourselves some URs instantly. We're going to do some pack opening today because I really want to go ahead and extend this just a little bit longer. Come on. Wosu. Okay, cool. All right, we got our UR, baby. Come on, baby, let's gamble. Come on, baby, let's gamble. Ooh. Oh, Galatea Eye. Oh, Argo Stars Glorious Adra. Unfortunately, I heavy stonked into this card when I was in the TCG. It was cheap. What can I say? It was cheap. But that's free dust, baby. That's free dust for Wosu. That's free dust for my Amino. I am playing the shit out of Mitsurugi, and I don't give a fuck. Oh, disaster. It sure is. I noticed that the ritual, by the way, was SR, which is very cool, which is very good. Both Saji, Wosu, Saji, Maga, prayers, and ritual being SR is a whole lot better than I was thinking. I thought there'd at least be like 3 UR. I thought it was going to be rituals going to be UR. I thought Ami was going to be UR. I thought Habakiri was going to be UR. I thought I know they weren't going to go ahead and make the other monster UR. I thought that was going to be an SR as well. But still, I think this is fine. All right, let's go ahead and we'll see what we grab here. Another SR, cool. Eternal Sunshine is it's a neat card, but it's not. I really wanted to try out the AFD strategy overall, but it's just it's not worth it. I've wanted to experiment it with Runic, but not here. Here it won't make much sense whatsoever. I don't have Viper's Rebirth, huh? Oh, no wonder I haven't opened that pack. Oh? Oh! Thank you. I'm doing this for streamer luck, by the way. That's why I'm recording this. Engirsu! Should I play Orchist? No, right? Like, I don't want to. But this is like a crazy Orchist combo. Because, like, you play, like, 2 of this and 1 of this, and I've already got, like, a majority of it. I don't have the other Orchist stuff, though, so it's whatever. I'm going to buy this and skip the pack so I can make things quicker for y'all. Oh, yeah, see? I got a Futsu. And I got another Engirsu. Oh, that's sad. I got 3 Sirius. That's cool. All right, let's stop there. So here are the new cards. And overall, I'm going to get dressed myself real quick. Overall, I think that there is a number of cards in here that are completely useless. First off, we're going to go ahead and start off with Mitsurugi Tempest. Can't summon. Here there be dragons. No dragon rulers. Mitsurugi Mirror. No other reptile rituals. There is some things to be said about the possibility that you can Sacred Boundary cycle back your Mitsurugi cards, but those being Great Purification, Magatama, Mikoto Kusanagi, and Wosu. Hard to say that's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this at the like out of the conversation overall. Going down the line in terms of the generic, Crimson Firewing Pegasus being able to be a free 6 that summons itself going second is equivalent to having a Cyber Dragon. And having it be so you can inflict damage to your opponent, not well worth it's not well worth it to go ahead and do that, I'd say. It does make it unaffected by any card's effects. It can't be destroyed by effects activated before this one in this chain. So if you torrential, you can't go they can't go in effect and then they go Pegasus. It doesn't really make much sense for this to go ahead and really exist overall. I think the 6 is like fine, but not really worth it. Wicked Serpent Night Dragon, however, has some synergy. I would take a look up at Dark and Tributed, and we'll go N and R. And there's a number of things that have some synergy with it, including Cap Shell, of course, being able to be a free draw. There is, like, the Wosu and the Kusanagi having effects of that as well. A number of cards that have some access to, like, can't be tributed, Sag. The tributed summon. Okay, so it's just Cap Shell. Alright, fine, you got me. But there's a number of things that can be done with this Wicked Serpent Night Dragon. Tributing any Dark and sending it to the graveyard can have some benefits as well, as I've stated before. I think there's some synergy as well with the Ogdo Addicts when it comes to Wosu, and having Dark monsters that are having monsters that were tributed and sent to the graveyard could be good there as well. So there's that. Moving on to the AFD stuff. All of these tuners for light beast, plant, or fairies. Let's talk about our light beast, plant, or fairies. Let's see here. Fairy and beast. We'll go level 4 lower to start, because those are the combo enablers, right? We have a number of things that we have access to when it comes to these effects. I think the Starry Knights as well are light level 4 lower fairies, so there's some stuff there. A lot of the older support as well. Fluffle comes to mind. You got some Ojamas. We got some other little guys in our format. Yeah, some of the fabled are beasts, light beasts. Herald of Orange Light as well as another fairy that could be used for Kuribon if you really want to. There's a number of things that have access to those plays. I think overall, like, this strategy could see some form of play for, like, there's not too many things I can really see it for. Like looking at the top. Looking off top, I don't see too many things this has access to, but I'm sure somebody's going to go and try to break in, like, I don't know, fucking Trickstar or something. Maybe in some form of, like, other strategy. You know, Pearly exists as a 1 strategy, and you can synchro it off. Starry Knights have some things they can do. Like, there's some 7s that have access to if you want to play, like, a normal monster version of Starry Knight. I don't know. It's hard to go ahead and say. But all these have some form of extension effects for these decks. And they all have some form of extension effects with field spell decks as well. Meaning that there is something to be done with the level 7. So having a strategy enabled by those is, I'd say, is a healthy thing overall. I think that is neat. Let's go ahead and clear that. And finally on to the main portion of what I think is going to be very strong, which is the Mitsurugi stuff. Having a reptile access for N and R. There are a number of reptile things that exist, including with Vanguard of the Underground. This card is a 8 that just brings itself back, but places itself in the bottom and leaves the field if any monster sent from the hand to the graveyard. Curse is you could tribute another monster special on this card, then your opponent special something else. And if you special summon, you can target a level 4 lower Ogdo and special summon it. Ogdos having access to these effects here are pretty good. You also have access to it constantly with Lamia, so you're able to go ahead and have a Lamia search for either an Ogdo Addict card or a Curse card. And if you have some form of cards that benefit off of discard outlets, perhaps drawing and sending them could be some use. Supreme Sovereign Serpent of Golgonda is also a card. If you control a face-up card in your field zone, Synergy with Bat the Forest Ninja for a synchro. Whoa! I'm kidding. Divine Serpent Geh as well is another reptile that has some form of utility in a slower format like NR. You have the Reptilians as well, being able to bring things out that are zeros. But the main thing I'm thinking of is with the Ogdo Addicts. These cards have had some form of ability to work off tributes, not if tributed, but tributes other cards. So, with all that in mind, what do I think about this overall? I think this is a good change for the format. Being able to go include these new cards for a brand new strategy, having Great Purification being an 8 to do something with these big 8s that come out of the field that don't lock, but can be tributed and sent to the graveyard and then follow up for later by tributing other cards. I think there's something neat there. I think there's something really, really sick you can do with those cards. And maybe with this sort of thing, with these Ogdo Addict stuff, you can normal summon out Cap Shell, tribute these guys, and then you can Wosu send tribute, and then you can, I don't know, Curse tribute over not Wosu but over Cap Shell, and now you have an 8 that comes out for free. And maybe there's some more reptile shit you can go ahead and do with those bodies. You have some Link monsters that are like very, very low amount. There's 2 Link monsters. You got Haggard Lizdos and Ragnarok Celine Snapper. There's really nothing else when it comes to reptile extra deck that you can utilize. Maybe some synchro stuff with Hastor, or like Perulius, the purple Pyrotile. But, no, a 4 with Gagagiko the Risen. So, with the locks that are sent out from Wosu, it's a good disruptor, but it's very hard to go ahead and play through. But there's still something you can go ahead and do with those bodies, and I think that is going to be very necessary for it to be utilized in a Ragnaraka Ogdo Addict sort of strategy if you want to do that. With all of that being said, however, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and get the Genesis locals, and I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and do more content specifically about Genesis format, at least I'm going to try to. If you're interested in that, please go ahead and take a look down below in the description. I'm also going to be posting this video and shouting out to both the Boss Stage Discord down below, as well as the new Genesis format Discord down below that was created by some of the folks at the NR format Discord. Shout out to Deck Devil, Lemon, and all the other progenitors who exist out there. I appreciate you very much, and thank you for bringing me on as one of the main people inside the Discord and the team. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I love you. See you.